Hi, my name is Cornelius Radagast, which is really clearly an alias. This is my first podcast. This podcast is going to be on women and how society is biased in favor of them. Okay, you're going to call me a cunt, call me sexist, or whatever, right? But I really think I got a point here. So let me start with my first argument. Firstly, women can kill and get away with it. Yeah, you're going to say, no, you're being ridiculous if this girl killed someone. I'm not just talking about any girl. I'm talking about attractive young women. You know, the type that you want to bang. And your friends talk about it and say, oh, check that out, she's so cute. And your parents are like, oh, I don't know how you made that catch. Things like that, you know what I mean? So let me give you a couple of names, just throw it out there. Karla Homolka. Her fiance was basically a serial rapist. He just liked to have sex. Her fiance was Paul Bernardo up in Canada. Yes, you Canadians have serial killers too. So basically what happened is that Karla Homolka was caught on video helping sedate her sister and allowing her boyfriend to have sex with her. And accidentally her sister died in the process. This happened several times. They were initially scared, and then she started helping him have sex with other girls and sedating them just to satisfy his vicarious sexual appetite. Which is interesting. A girl, in some ways, if it wasn't for the rape and sedation and sex against the will, I guess they would be a pretty liberal couple. But unfortunately, it was a little bit wrong with the murder part. So she was caught on video helping Paul Bernardo and participating actively in these murders. So, interestingly enough, it went to court. She prosecuted and helped provide a witness testimony against Paul Bernardo, denied having anything to do with it. This is before the videos came out of them. The lawyers in court agreed to it, and cops agreed to it. He was put away for life. She got a couple of years in jail. The videos came out, showed her how she was an active murderer. Still, they stuck with the deal. She got out scot-free. She's now living an awesome life as a teacher, a mother. She's married. She's got a good life. Better than mine at the moment, and better than a lot of us who are unemployed at the moment. What the hell? Why can't I kill and get away with it? I'll never know. Maybe it's because I'm not an attractive young woman. Society is favoring favor of the women. One for the men. Number 2, Casey Anthony. This girl was alright. I mean, like, you see videos of her. She lost her kid, she says, and she was partying while he was lost. She had no idea where she put him. And then evidence shows tape in her back basically was a cover up a murder kit in her trunk. And then they found the body of the child at the bottom of a lake. Seemed like they gathered more evidence, and the more and more they looked at it, it looked like it was a pretty clear murder of her own child. And yet, she got away with that murder after court trials. Once again, she was an attractive young woman, more likely to get away with it. Well, society's favored in favor of women. Well, okay, another thing, dating. I guess that during dating, women also have it good. Like, the guy is paying the bill. I guess you could argue that women make less in general than men. Reason being not good enough, and that's even compensating for women make less than men for the same education and everything else. And then yet these women are acting like they have it the worst of all. The only people I think can complain about the educational and earnings discrepancies are really black people. Asians, they got it pretty good, but black men make less than white and Asian women when compensating for the education and everything. So girls, think about it, you still got it pretty good. And also guys are spending all their money on you. They're more likely to not take maternal leave. Guys are more likely to help pretty girls. Attractive girl can act crazy and it'll be alright. Like, I once saw a really cute little 27 or 8-year-old girl. She was petite. She brought a teddy bear to class, and guys were just like, that's alright, because she's attractive. Anyone else that did that would be considered insane. And she referred to herself in third person. I don't know what the hell was wrong with this girl, but she got away with it because she was hot. Girls can act crazy and get away with it, and it's considered a cultural norm. Right? Girls are crazy because of menstruation. Did you know that that's actually considered a disorder? People don't realize this. It is not normal for women to be crazy. Postmenopausal syndrome, or whatever they call it, PMS, is not supposed to make you be excused to act crazy. That's considered a disorder. And yet, when women cause drama, girls are being girls. If you overreact and try to defend yourself against a girl, you're considered an asshole. Guys aren't crazy. That's society's sort of reasoning, which is, once again, one for the girls, right? Guys have it worse than girls in America, at least. Girls that do nothing to bring down powerful men. Governors, presidents, celebrities have all been brought down by women. Yet they are doing 90% more than most people out there. Presidents are keeping track of everything that's going on in the country, making the best deals, making sure things work for you, making sure that the poor and underprivileged have enough to eat, at least trying, making sure that abused women have rights too, equalizing rights for men and women, making sure racism and doesn't get out of control, stepping in when judges are not fair and falsely accusing people because of biases, physical biases, like a cute, attractive white woman is more likely to get away with killing people, while a black guy is more likely to get accused of it, even if he didn't do it. There are a lot of DNA evidence and stuff. These black guys have been in jail for several years. They've had their life ruined by white women screaming that these wrong black guy raped them. And okay, let's get down to rape of white women. White women think black people are more likely to rape them, or other races are more likely to rape them. The reality is, if you're going to get raped, it's going to be with someone you know, someone of the same race. That's over 90%. Girls, once again, they're acting crazy and they're making accusations, and yet they're getting away with their stupidity. This is a bias in favor of women. Girls are more likely to stab people in the back, stab people in the front. They can be real assholes, and yet people will be biased in favor of them. What the hell? Like, looks, we're such a superficial fucking society where all this shit, you get away with it. I don't know. It just makes me upset. Oh, and in dating. Oh, number one, girls, they gossip. They're the craziest gossipers in the world. If you tell them one thing, you can't show weakness around them. If you show weakness, they'll rip you apart and destroy you. I guess it's some, like, they say men are the more violent of creatures, but I think that's only because women are weaker. If women were more stronger, like guys, compared to guys, and they had the same mentality and sort of social structure, the world would burn. I remember hearing some influential guys that have been brought down by women are Bill Clinton, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Elliot Spencer. Elliot Spencer got in trouble for sleeping with an escort while he was married, and they thought it was right. It basically ruined his career. The thing is, I remember this escort calling this guy that did more for society than she did a sleazebag, and she acted all high and mighty as if she was the more honorable person. I don't know. She said, she basically said that he's the one that broke a promise. I just slept with him for money. He was the one that was lying to his wife and sleeping with me. But, like, come on, is she really that honorable? Is she gonna turn down a guy because he's gonna pay her money? And is she gonna turn this guy down just because he is married? I don't think so. I don't know. I just think girls are crazy. Well, also girls get away with saying things and saying that they don't mean what they say. You just gotta know what they say. They bring in all this emotion and stuff when clearly, because they're PMS, their emotions aren't really reliable. Clearly, I don't know, and yeah, it's an excuse. Why can't we just? And then people suddenly look down on countries like Asia for having arranged marriages and look at it as some sort of form of oppression. But let's face it, 60% of marriages end in divorce. Really? Is an arranged marriage really that much worse than marriage for love? It seems like these arranged marriages are working out better than these love marriages. Or maybe it's just because women are crazy in America, and that's the reason why these marriages aren't working out. At least girls in Asia have no responsibility. Girls in Asia know how to cook and clean. Girls in America don't. They leave it up to the guy. And plus in America, you gotta pay for them. You gotta do all this other stuff for girls. I don't know. Just seems a bit ridiculous. And I also hear about the rape culture in America and how girls are afraid to speak up because they've been raped. So a lot of rapes go unspoken of. Right? But is that really a problem with the culture or a problem with the girl? She should just speak up. If someone's gonna go that far and harass you, should speak up. But then I heard about girls like Amanda Todd and Audrey Pott, these girls that committed suicide because they were getting bullied after a little bit of a slip up. For example, Amanda Todd showed her breasts online, and basically what happened is that this guy got her picture, sent it out to all her friends, started harassing her basically, and she basically lost all her friends, got miserable, and killed herself. That was pretty bad on the part of the culprits, but at the same time, Amanda Todd, let this be a lesson to you and all those other girls out there. Don't go naked on the internet and expect it to stay a secret. Like with girls like Paris Hilton and other girls that had sex tapes released out of their will when they were having sex with someone they trusted. I understand that, but Amanda Todd, you're just showing it to random strangers and stuff. Or Audrey Pott. Audrey Pott was a particular case too. This girl was totally innocent. These guys said that they raped her, and then they started harassing her about it when she spoke up about it. Well, that sucks for you, Audrey Pott. I'm gonna take a break now, and I'll be back in a little moment. Okay, so now I'm back from my little break, and here's another point I wanted to make. When girls have kids, they have first pick when going on the airplane. When a building's on fire or the Titanic's going down. I heard this off Bill Burr. Basically what happens is that they get to leave the actual ship first, right? So guys get left behind. I thought that was really unfair. Why do I have to die? I don't want to die. Who does want to die? Even a feminist doesn't want to die. So why is it that they get first pick? It's because society wants the guys that survive to have more options. There you go. It's because the president and the mayor, if they were there, they wouldn't be considered one of the women and children. That's the irony of it. At least that's what I think. But I guess they would go out with them, and then you probably see one of them coming in, especially if it's a single guy or something. He'd be like, "I saved you because of my rules, or the rules I let survive. You got saved along with me, women and children all the way." It's because of that hope they have. It's that bias of society in favor of women. Another thing I don't get is why sleeping with a drunk woman is rape. I don't get it. Honestly, if a girl has enough, it's considered okay. You might think I'm evil for saying that, but if a girl is considered competent enough to consume a substance and of equal intelligence with men, why is it that suddenly, if they decide to have sex with you while they're drunk, they can scream rape and say you had sex with me while I was drunk, so you were taking advantage of me? That's not right. I don't see how that can be right in any ways. Also, on the media, if a girl gets bullied and kills herself, it's suddenly a national event. While if a guy does it, who cares, right? Because guys are men. Come on, all men want to cry once in a while. I get bullied. Everyone's gotten bullied, even guys. Even the biggest bully out there is going to get his ass ripped apart once in a while by some people. No one likes to be put down, made fun of, blah, blah, blah. But only when it comes to girls that cry and show weakness will it be considered such a shame. Also, it seems so much worse to hit a girl than a guy. Sure, girls are weaker, and it's wrong. Hitting girls like hitting a child, in my opinion, because girls are so weak. But not all girls are that weak. At the same time, I know some girls are stronger than guys. But at the same time, why is it considered so much worse for a guy to hit a girl than a guy to hit a guy? I don't know. Also, girls are allowed to show weakness in today's society. That's totally not fair. If a guy shows weakness, he's a pussy. If a girl shows weakness, she's just being a girl. Also, a lot of people argue that, like I was saying earlier about racism and how well, basically I said that white women make more than black guys. However, sexism and racism do have similar histories. But just because a person was discriminated against or was the target of racism doesn't mean that they can't be racist. So I think that girls are more likely to be racist than guys in this day and age. Yeah, you heard me. Oh, yeah. And also, so a girl is more likely to be be choosy about race than a guy. A guy is just gonna go for a hot girl. A hot girl is more likely to date a guy of similar race. Okay, so once again, girls get away with something that guys wouldn't get away with. Girls can get away with being racist. Why are KKK members always white? It's just not fair. They gotta have female KKK members. I've heard girl yelling racist shit. So come on. And also another thing with the money split and like when during marriage, if a girl gets divorced and she's married with some billionaire, she gets half his money, and then she gets to live a luxurious lifestyle. She also gets money for the kid as well as her living expenses. This girl that does nothing. I'd understand if it was enough money to live comfortably as well as support the child, but don't spoil him. This guy like Tiger Woods, he earned his pay with his own God-given talent, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Clinton, all these people. Well, they didn't have divorces, but all these influential celebrities that do have have money that they made themselves, and suddenly they get married to some poor, uneducated girl. And if she does become educated, it's because the guy probably paid for her education, and then they get a divorce. What's happening there is that these girls are getting all this money. Why not take the excess money and split it amongst those poor, really unfortunate girls that got knocked up by some guy who got them pregnant, ran off, and left them with a kid with not enough to eat. Don't give them too much, because clearly the girls were stupid. It was their choice. And as I said, girls are superficial just like guys. Even though they say that girls are more likely to look at personality and stuff. No, it's just that girls lie more about what they're looking for. Girls are just as superficial as guys. They're more likely to like attractive men, shit like that. Let's face it, girls aren't innocent as media makes them out to be. Look at the story of Adam and Eve. Adam got tricked into eating that unholy apple by Eve. That means this shit has been going on for a very, very long time, right? So, also people say that women are more intelligent than men. Like before, I said that if women were in charge, the world would burn. Firstly, women are less likely to have long-term groups of friends. They are more judgmental. They are more gossipy. They're more likely to ostracize people. And also, they're just as superficial as guys. Okay, so people say that girls have a right to be more picky just because girls get pregnant. They have to be more picky. Of course, not all girls are picky because there are a lot of stupid ones out there. But at the same time, girls aren't looking at personality. They want the more attractive guy, the more rich guy, and money talks all the way. It's not even looks. I think money surpasses looks with regards to women. Also, here comes the argument of prostitution. They say that society says that prostitution is wrong. It's demeaning against women. It all goes down to women's rights. But I think in a lot of ways, prostitution being legal gives power to women. It lets them hold sex as a gambling stone. But in reality, it's ridiculous that this thing that gives them so much power, sex, is illegal to sell. Why? Not that I say that there's also disease chances and stuff, but that's minute considering medication and checks today. And just that if you're smart, you're not gonna take chances like that. But that doesn't matter. It shouldn't be illegal to buy something you can give away for free. It's just, once again, it's giving power to girls. It's biased in favor of girls, as all the rules are. Also, what this would mean is that if prostitution, buying sex for money, was legal, ugly guys that can't get girls for whatever reason, guys that have given up and don't care about getting diseases and just want to get laid, they, these guys will not be able to get what they want. They're going to die all alone, right? But if you make it legal, then these guys will be able, and plus, in addition to that, they're going to waste all their money on these people. So that'll give girls more finances and whatever, without having to do any work. Also, who decides what is demeaning to women? Is it feminists or the girl that's doing it? I think it's the girl that's doing it that has the ultimate, has the choice, right? Do you have more of a chance getting a disease from sleeping with a girl at a club than picking up a girl that knows she's at risk? Because the girl that knows she's at risk is going to get checked. Yet society makes these girls look like victims because they're not using the power that has been given to them to their advantage to capitalize on money. I heard another argument. What's the difference between prostitutes and girlfriends? Well, I guess prostitutes sleep with everyone. And girlfriends are only with, or most girlfriends are only with one guy. But other than that, they do share a lot in common. You spend a lot of money on them. You have to. It's just that there's no. They say that there's emotions involved with having a girlfriend, but with hookers you don't have them, and less responsibility. I don't know. It's a hard argument. It just seems like if you had a girlfriend that basically every time you took her out on a date would sleep with you, that would be basically a hooker without the chances of getting an STD. So other than the STD facts, I think the STD chance and the risk, I think hookers seem to be a lot more, I'm gonna get ripped apart for this, but they seem a lot more feasible, right? You don't have the emotional engagement, you don't have to deal with the gossiping, you don't have to deal with all the judgments. Then girls might say sex is something more important. It's about the emotional aspect, and they're once again going back to this emotional thing that has proven time and time again to be unreliable because girls are clearly unstable. They get away with crazy behavior. They blame it on PMS. It just doesn't make sense. It's you're basing your entire activity and judgments and rules on emotions when you are not able to control them, and they don't have a logical basis behind it. It gets a little bit crazy. Guys have sex because it feels good, and to procreate some of the guys, right? However, it's really just for the sex. It's not an emotional thing, unless you love the girl, but it's not romantic for guys. It's a basic instinct. Also, marriage in general is biased in favor of girls. Do I even have to argue that? No. Girls automatically own half your stuff. You basically only can have sex with them. You basically are committed to taking care of their children if they do have children that are not yours. You have to socially spend time with them. It's all for the benefit of the girls. You don't have the freedom to sleep when you want. You have to do things with them. It seems like male slavery. Who really rules the world? The guy in charge or the guy that's being controlled by his wife? Who knows? And also, are women these days everything that society says that they are? Could women cook, clean? Are they caring and maternal? No. I don't think a lot of girls are maternal. A lot of girls aren't. Let's face it, a lot of guys have a lot bigger deal in raising their kids these days than girls, at least in America. Girls are not caring. Let me go back to Casey Anthony. Not all girls are caring. And girls are really mean to guys. Do they clean? Not always. Do they cook? Not always. There we go. I think I have proven how society is in favor of girls. And this is the end of my podcast, my first podcast for today. I hope you feel free to comment below. The next podcast will be on your comments if you judge me. If not, I'll pick a different topic. Well, that's all for now. Bye.